Alright guys, how's it going? Fathom52 back again, and in today's episode, we're finishing up with the Dark Aeons. Let's get going. Alright everyone, welcome back. So in the last episode, we took on Dark Bahamut as well as Dark Yojimbo. And in this episode, we're going to go ahead and take on Dark Anima and the Dark Magnus Sisters. Twice. But in order to get Dark Anima to spawn, we actually need to go back to one of these summoner trials real quick. So let's go to the cave entrance. And let's go ahead and turn off random encounters real quick, just because we don't need them on. I mean, we're fighting the in-game bosses right now. I'm pretty sure something with less than 10,000 health is not going to pose any threat to us whatsoever. But anyway, go ahead and swim on down here. Let's go ahead and speed this up as well. Swim on down here until we get to this summoner trial that we did before in order to progress through Mount Gagazet. Summoner trial, if you would face me, you must first face my trial. Use Waka's ball to hit the center. This is the Summoner's Trial. Why in the world is Waka doing it? But anyway, much like before, we need to go ahead and hit that center orb with the Blitz Ball. But it is made a little bit more difficult this time around because there is an added extra layer inside there. So, just be prepared to miss once or twice. That's actually the first time I've ever gotten that on my first try. Doing that summons Dark Anima herself. And quite possibly the freakiest looking Dark Aeon of the game. But I'll meet you down where she is. See you guys in a second. Alright guys, so here we are back at the gate. And don't forget to save, because this is, or can be, a pretty difficult fight. So just be cautious and save up. And before we go ahead and get into the battle, let's go over our party and our equipment. Of course, everybody is going to be using their celestial weapons. If you can't get Titus's celestial weapon, go ahead and use Orin. And if you can't get Waka's ultimate weapon, go ahead and use Kamari or anyone else that you could easily get their ultimate weapons on. As for their armor, we're going to go ahead and use a new armor this time around. Which is going to be Auto Phoenix, Auto Haste. That is not the right armor. This is the right armor right here. It's going to be Sleep Proof, Stone Proof, Auto Phoenix, Auto Haste. I believe I got a ribbon for somebody and made this armor as well. Yeah. I made one for Yuna, so I think I'm going to switch out Waka for Yuna. But I want to show at the very least that you don't need a ribbon in order to take on this battle. But if you do get one, all you need other than that is Auto Phoenix, Auto Haste. And Dark Anima has an attack called Mega Graviton that does about 43% of your maximum HP. And the only way to reduce that is to use Auto Shell, which is why this one also has Auto Shell on it. But anyway, let's go ahead and... Did I make one for... I almost did. I need to put Auto Haste on that. I'll go ahead and do that in a second. And then again, we have the same thing right here for Riku. And let's just make sure, yep, she has Nirvana on. Let's go ahead and customize... Go ahead and get that Auto Haste onto this guy right here. There we go. And 19 Chocobo Wings should be more than enough for what we need to do. And let's go ahead and get into this battle. Hello, Anima. So, Anima has a couple of different attacks. Her main attack that she'll use probably most often is going to go ahead, or is going to be her pain attack, which is an instant death attack. There is nothing that you can do to guard that. It goes through death proof, and it even kills your Aeons in one attack. So don't try to get cheeky with all of that stuff. But her basic attack also does a whole boatload of status elements, including petrification, which is actually a shatter attack, even if it doesn't, or even if it wouldn't normally kill you outright, which is why we have stone proof on our party. And it also does sleep, which is why we have sleep proof on our party. And it also does a bunch of other things like poison, darkness, I believe doom, and a bunch of other status elements that honestly I'm not too worried about. And then her overdrive is of course oblivion, which honestly, unless you have over 95,000 health, you're going to die from it anyway, and who has the time to go through and change out 300 blank spheres for plus 300 HP nodes? It's not worth it. You don't need it, and it's not even really going to help you all that much against Dark Anima. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this fight started. And honestly, for the most part, this is going to be a quick hit spam. Anima does have 8 million hit points, and as you can see on her little scan info bar right there, she does absorb all elements, but that does not tell the full story, because she is also immune to all elements. So I could go ahead and she's immune to all magic, I should say. Like, I can go ahead and cast Flare on her right now. Wouldn't do anything. I can go ahead and cast Ultima on right now, and it wouldn't do anything. So don't bother with it. Don't try. It's not worth it. You're just wasting your time. Really, all we're going to be doing at this point is just, like I said, a quick hit spam. And yeah, can be a little boring, but it is also the fastest, easiest, and safest way to take care of Dark Anima. And she shouldn't... Yeah, she's not going to have her overdrive full by the time she gets a turn, so let's go ahead and just keep on attacking. There's her normal attack, and as you can see, we are poisoned, we are cursed, and that is not a good thing because we need to be able to use Riku's... what's it called? Riku's overdrive. So let's go ahead and cure that curse with a holy water right quick. I'm not really too worried about the poison. Let's go ahead and quick hit. And quick hit again. And it is Riku's turn. She's going to have another turn before Anima gets a turn. So let's go ahead and do another quick hit. Quick hit. Quick hit. And just to be safe, let's go ahead and throw up a Hyper Mighty Guard. Which, of course, because of that poison, she is going to die on. But that also means that we can just go ahead and cast Auto Life right onto her. That's really all we're worried about, because Oblivion does take care of all other status elements, much like Mega Flare from Dark Bahamut. So really, all we're really doing that for is the Auto Life anyway. Here's her pain attack, and it looks like it's going to be on Titus. Yep. And I honestly kind of overestimated how much damage we were going to do. So let's go ahead and quick it one more time. Now we know that her overdrive is full. Let's go ahead and once again entrust over to Riku. Let's auto life onto Titus. And it is worth noting that I don't need to take this attack. I can, in fact, summon an Aeon, and I don't have to worry about taking the Oblivion. But I don't really want to worry about the whole summoning animation and then the desummon animation and all that stuff. So I'm just going to kind of tank the attack with auto life, and we will deal with the fact that I'm going to be out of MP at the end of the fight, or at the end of the attack. Because not only does this do about 95,000 points of damage, it also completely drains your magic points. Ow, ow, ow. Alright, and the whole party falls, but auto life brings them back up. And let's go ahead and guard with Titus, guard with Waka, and let's go ahead and a level 3 key sphere and an ability distiller to get us a final elixir, healing us all to full and maxing out our MP. Of course, we are going to get the pain. I find that Anima does do pain more often than any other attack, and by that I mean she does pain more than her regular attack. And now, let me go ahead and show you why I'm not using my overdrives real quick. So each attack, I'm lucky if I do 30,000 damage. So I'm doing less than 18,000 damage, which normally, I don't know why Titus got another turn so quick here, but normally I could do more damage than that with quick hit than I can with the overdrive. And the same thing goes for Waka over there. But let's go ahead and just keep on quick hitting. Okay, Mega Graviton. Waka just barely survived that. Alright. Let me go ahead and quick hit again. Send over all of Waka's overdrive to Riku. And Riku, let's go ahead and have you do another final elixir to get rid of all of those status elements except for Doom, because that's how that works. And quick hit again. And this is just the loop of this game right now. Unfortunately, it looks like I might have to summon an Aeon the next time around to make sure we don't get killed. Or I could actually just cast auto life on everybody. You know what? That is actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cast auto life on, at the very least, Riku. And let's go ahead and let Waka get one more attack in. And Titus or Riku, go ahead and do another quick hit. Titus, go ahead and do another quick hit. Thank you for letting me get that final attack off. And let's go ahead and attack again with Riku at this point. My goal is to get Waka out of here at this point so that I can get Yuna back in. Okay, I kind of messed up. I should have cast Hyper Mighty Guard before, or instead of letting Riku attack right there. But that is perfectly okay. I am actually going to go ahead and bring Yuna in right now. And let's just go ahead and cast Auto Life onto Riku. And then let's cast Auto Life onto Titus. And here we go with the Oblivion again. And this will be a great way for me to experiment on whether or not Final Elixir actually raises you from the unconscious state. Because in theory, Titus and Riku should probably both get full overdrives at the end of this. Yep, there we go. And they will both rise up, and Riku will be able to cast that Final Elixir. And we'll see what happens, because I actually don't know if it revives you from unconsciousness. Titus, let's go ahead and just have you, do a regular attack, buddy. And Riku, do your thing. Hey, it does bring you back to life. Very nice. Thank you for the free attack. And I'm not too worried about that curse or that poison on Titus, because he's not using his whatchamacallits anyway, his overdrives anyway. So we don't need to worry about it. So let's just go ahead and get back to our quick hits. And here we go. I believe this one's probably going to be on Riku, if I saw that correctly. Oh no, it is on Titus. Alright. So case in point on why I did not need to worry about that curse. Anima just took care of it for me. And I believe I can get one more round of attacks going before Anima's overdrive is filled. So let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. Thank you. And let's go ahead and entrust our overdrive on over to Riku, so that Riku can go ahead and get that Hyper Mighty Guard going for us. Chocobo Wing, Underdog Secret, Hyper Mighty G. Thank you so much. And quick it. And quick it. And here comes another Oblivion. And as you can see, with the right setup, like all of the other Dark Aeons, Anima is not that difficult. It's just a loop at this point. However, to the best of my knowledge, there is only one video out there of somebody legitimately killing Dark Anima in a no sphere grid game without use of Zamato. So she is no joke. She is incredibly difficult to fight, and a lot of it is up to just random RNG. Let's go ahead and just do a regular attack with Titus. Do a regular... That's a summon. Yeah, do a regular attack with Yuna. And Final Elixir. Thank you for the free damage. And back to our quick hits. It is also worth noting. That you can steal 3 stars from Anima if you so choose. Actually, not a bad source of them, but I'm not too worried about them. I just want to kill Anima as quick as possible. And there we saw that Yuna did not get poisoned, she did not get any of the other status effects, but she is cursed. So it is worth being aware that Ribbon does not protect you from all of the status elements, just the vast majority of them. Let's go ahead and send Yuna's overdrive on over to Riku so that Riku could do that Hyper Mighty Guard. I don't think we're going to need it this time around though. So let's go ahead and just do a couple more quick hits. Yeah, we're good. This pain will probably fill it up for us. This one is on Riku. And here we go again. And let's see how long we can push out needing to use that Hyper Mighty Guard. It looks like we're only going to get one turn with Riku before Anima gets another attack. Yep. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And here we go with another Oblivion. Yeah, this attack is very annoying to constantly be getting hit by, but it's what you have to deal with when you are fighting Anima, because there is no little counter attack setup that you can do like we did for Dark Bahamut, because most of the time she uses Pain, which is an instant death attack, and every time we choose to attack her, it's going to increase her overdrive gauge. So it's just something that we need to deal with. It is a long animation, but it's nothing that we can't handle. Alright, now let's go ahead and just attack as normal. Yuna, just attack as normal. And Riku, final elixir. And you really just don't like Yuna, do you? She's not even the one doing most of the damage to you, buddy. Anyway. She's almost dead. Just 4 more hits at this point if I'm doing my math correctly. And quick hit. Quick hit. And how fitting that Riku gets the killing blow. Overkill. Alright, so that is Dark Anima. Not that bad. It just takes a little bit of strategy and understanding her cycle. And we get 2 Dark Matters and a Horn of the Ronso, which, if I remember correctly, is actually an AP weapon. Why are you giving me an AP weapon this late in the game? Triple AP and Death Strike? Really? I don't need that garbage. But anyway, next up is going to be the Dark Magnet Sisters, and they are going to be on the Mushroom Rock Road, or High Road, or whatever that little connection is right there. So I will meet you guys there. See you in a second. Alright guys, so here we are at the end of the High Road, and the game itself does consider this a Mushroom Rock, so both of those were correct. And what we need to do, we need to go ahead and talk to... Wow, really? Random battle? Really? 2 damage? You missed because you suck. Now you're dead. And you missed because you suck. You're dead. And you're dead. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. What we need to do is talk to one of these two people right here. And hey, look at that. They look familiar. This can't be good. Oh, and now we're getting cut off. That's no good. Let's go ahead and head on up this way. And what a lot of people might not know is that you could actually fight the Dark Magnet Sisters one at a time. So go ahead and save your game right here, because we are in a little mini game of sorts right now where we are being chased down the Mushroom Rock, and as we run down we slowly lose our pursuers and we can fight them one at a time, which is the easier way to fight them. I personally find it the more boring way to fight them, but I still want to show you guys just in case this is what you guys want to do. So let's go ahead and get going. Let's go ahead and head on up this elevator. And you have a little bit of room for error on this. Like, as you can see, they're right there. And now the elevator itself is going down to pick up their little counterparts. So you have a little bit of error while doing this. Not much though. So what you want to do is basically just run and avoid the walls like I was just doing right there and right there. And the closer they get to you, your screen is going to change color. But you want to basically just run down and make your way back to the command headquarters. And the further you get, the less you'll have to fight them. Like, as soon as I make it around this corner, Mindy, I believe is her name, is going to fall off. And yep, there she is. She got a little gassed. And we lost one pursuer. But if we keep on going, and if we're able to make it to the elevator, we can go ahead and fight them one at a time. But it is also worth noting that at this point, if we so choose, we could just fight two of the sisters at a time. And that'll actually be a lot easier than fighting them three at a time, but a little bit more challenging than fighting them each individually. And once we make it up the elevator, as you see, it goes back down. And Titus does probably the smartest thing he's done all game and hides. Alright, and at this point, let's go over our equipment. It is literally the same stuff that we just were using going against Dark Anima. So we are all set and good to go. So let's go ahead and take on the first sister right here. Which is Dark Sandy. She has, what is that? 2,500,000 hit points. Her Razi attack does 99,999 damage. And she is kind of a pain to fight, but at this point, because she is solo, should not be too difficult for us. We're dealing 9,999 damage to her. And yeah, just go ahead and quick hit her until she is dispatched. It is also worth noting that I believe it's her basic attack dispels everything that you have on yourself, including auto life, but she does not have an attack that in and of itself can take on or can take out the entire party. And as long as we have auto Phoenix and enough Phoenix downs, we will be good. And 15 more hits and she will be dead. Her overdrive, when she is alone and her overdrive gauge fills up, is once again going to be the Mega Graviton, but we already took care of that with what's called with Dark Anima. What is with you guys not liking Riku? But so, as you can see, her overdrive gauge is full right now, so the next time she attacks, it is going to be with that Dark Gravija, which is going to deal 43% of our maximum hit points. And the only way you could reduce that is with Shell, which is why Yuna currently has Auto Shell on. So let's go ahead and see the difference in effects. Yep, it only did about 2,000 damage to Riku, where it did about 4,000 damage to everyone else. And we are currently blind and silenced, but our luck is high enough that that should not be an issue. And one more hit and she will be done. There we go. And we of course get 2 Dark Matters as well as a High Wind. Let's go ahead and take a look at what that guy is. That's going to be Evade and Counter and Triple Overdrive for Kimahri. Not bad. We could make him another, what's it called? Why can't I not think right now? Another custom weapon if we wanted to, but we're good. Well, let's go ahead and talk to the little one right here. Now, Dark Mindy right here has 2 million hit points. She does not use her basic attack. Instead, she uses a... I don't even know what to call it or how to pronounce it. But it is an attack that hits you for relatively low damage. But it hits you like 6 or 7 times. And each one of the attacks that she hits you with can deal instant death. So just be aware of that. But again, she doesn't have any attack that can attack our full party. So we don't really need to worry about it. And quick hit spam until she is gone. Yeah, as you can see right now with our stats, taking them on one by one is kind of no fair. Like they really don't stand a chance against us. Pasado? Anyway, this is the attack that I was talking about. And as you can see, that damage did not add up to enough damage to actually kill Yuna, but she still did fall unconscious. And that is because that first needle dealt instant death hit. But we just need to attack her 11 more times and she'll be dead. She also does have the Mega Gravita attack. So her next attack, which is going to be with a full overdrive by the look of it, is going to be that one again. Which we already know we don't need to worry about. And she'll be dead in 5 hits, so I don't need to even worry about Doom. 2, 3. Oh, and her steal is a teleport sphere. You're dead. And we got 2 Dark Matter and a Solidity? However you want to pronounce that. For Orin, let's go ahead and check out what that is. Ooh, it's a ribbon and an auto haste for Orin. Very nice. I was not expecting that. I can make a relatively good armor for penance. But I will deal with that a little bit later. Let's go ahead and head on down the elevator. Heal on up before we get too much further. And you know what? For this next one, we're going to go ahead and bring Lulu in. And I'm going to go ahead and give Lulu, yep, her Soul of Mog. Now let's go ahead and give Yuna her Abraxas. And Riku, you can have your Magic Kaiser Knuckle. And let's go ahead and meet up with the last of the sisters. As you remember, we left her back here quite a ways. And there she is right there. Let's go ahead and interact with her. Now Dark Cindy here has 3 million hit points. Her basic attack also, while it being slightly less powerful than the Razi attack that we dealt with earlier, this one does for sure negate all positive status elements, including auto life. But again, she has nothing that can attack our entire party, so we are good. Let's go ahead and double cast Flare onto her. Let's see how much this does. 9,999, or 99,999 I should say. And then Riku, go ahead and copycat that. And then Yuna, you can go ahead and do the same. And against this girl, this is better than a quick attack spam in my book, because each person is doing, what is that, 20,000 damage? No, 200,000 damage, more or less, and it's only costing 2 MP. Yeah, we're good. Let's go ahead and see what her first attack is going to be after this one. It's going to be her basic attack. That, of course, knocked out Yuna, but that is perfectly fine. And just more copycat spamming. Excuse me if I don't edit that out. And she should be gone here pretty soon. Let's see how much hit points she has left. 1,200,000. Okay. So she'll be gone in what, 5 turns? Maybe technically 6. Yeah, as you can see, individually these guys are, or these girls I should say, are no problem for us. And assuming she survives this, which she shows, she's going to hit us with another Mega Graviton, which we all know that we're going to survive. There we go. And let's go ahead and get rid of her. And as you can see, our girls here are in silence, except for Yuna, because she has that ribbon. So let's go ahead and get rid of that with a final elixir for us. And what is Copycat going to do now that I have done an overdrive? It's just going to flare? Alright. And this should be the last one if I have done my math correctly. Yep, there we go. And for that we got 2 Master Spheres and an Eternity, which I believe is a ribbon for Lulu. But we're going to reset, so that doesn't really matter. I'll go ahead and see you guys back at the save sphere. So here we are back at the save sphere before we fought the Dark Magnus sisters individually, and we are about to try to take them on once again, this time together. And one of the very important things that we need to do before we go ahead and initiate this fight is we need to get Orin and Kamari at the very least equipped with initiative and first strike. I went a little above and beyond and went ahead and gave the same thing to Riku right here. And then now on Lulu, we want to make sure she has our custom Soul of Mog, which, as a reminder, is break damage limit, 1 MP cost, magic booster, and magic plus 20%. And we want to have the Abraxas, which is the same thing as Lulu, on Yuna. And then for Titus, we want to make sure he has a full overdrive, as well as his celestial weapon on. And same thing with Waka, but it looks like I need to go ahead and get Waka's overdrive up real quick, so I will do that and be right back. Alright, now with the preparations out of the way, the next thing we need is a luck of at least 230 for our best chance. And then hopefully your real world luck stat is relatively high, because we're going to need to tap into that quite a lot as well, because this isn't a guaranteed thing that we're about to do. It does require a whole heck of a lot on RNG, and here's hoping that we don't need to do this more than once, but it is possible that you need to do it a couple of times, so make sure that you are saved up. And let's go ahead and talk to the sisters again. Yeah, we get this little cutscene once more. And let's go ahead and initiate the battle. Alright, so that's not good. As you can see, they start this battle with their overdrive gauges all the way full. So we need to go ahead and defeat them before, what's her name? Before Sandy gets a turn. Because once Sandy gets a turn, if all of them are alive, then they are going to go ahead and do Delta attack, which we cannot survive. It's like Anima's Oblivion attack. It does too much damage for us to be able to sponge properly. So let's go ahead and get Lulu in here real quick. Go ahead and let's go ahead and double cast Ultima. And once again, double cast Ultima. And what we are looking for is dealing a whole boatload of damage to the little one. I forget her name right now. But we will be doing anywhere between 99,999 damage to her and about 94,000 damage to her. So we want this more on the 99,000 than on the 94,000 side, which is why we have our magic booster to bump that up that little tiny bit, as well as that magic 20%, just to make sure we are doing as much damage as possible. Let's go ahead and do a copycat for Yuna. And we are going to be doing this up until we have 2 turns left. And when we have 2 turns left before they get an attack, we're going to go ahead and bring in Waka. Go ahead and do an attack reels with him. And then on the last turn, we're going to go ahead and bring in Titus and use a, what's it called? A Blitz Ace on her as well. And now let's go ahead and put on Riku's magical Kaiser Knuckles. And just so we don't do anything weird, let's go ahead and reset up this double cast. And hope for the best. And as you just saw right there, we did not do quite maximum damage on the little one. But that should be fine because we've been doing mostly maximum damage up to this point. So here's hoping for the best, and we shall see what happens. It is also worth noting that you could do the same strategy, and if you feel like you're not going to be able to get that the killing blow before they get their turn, you can in fact summon yourself. I'd recommend summoning your own Magnus Sisters. That way they have the highest chance of surviving until the Dark Magnus Sisters cast their own Delta attack. So it is possible to shield it. It is just, it takes some strategy and it takes some forethought. Because if we were to summon, let's say, Anima, it is highly possible that Anima would be dead by the time they decide to cast Delta or use Delta attack, and then that's going to wipe out our whole party. And the reason why we're using Ultima here instead of, let's say, Flare is because we are also able to deal quite a bit of damage to the other two sisters, as well as the one we are trying to take care of. So that's why we're casting Ultima instead of Flare. It's so that we're not just focusing on one, we're also damaging the others as we are doing what we need to do. And here we go, we have 2 turns left, so let's go ahead and bring Waka in. And she's at, what is that, 600,000 hit points left. Mindy is, so hopefully we should be in a pretty good position. The other 2 sisters have over 1 million left. So let's go ahead and do our slots, and we want about 5 or 6 to hit Mindy. We can get away with 4, but our best chances are going to be with 5 or 6. So let's go ahead and see what happens. And let's see if I can count them. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe that was 7. So let's go ahead and bring Titus in. And let's go ahead and Blitz Ace onto her. And here's hoping for the best. I'm going to be very surprised if we're able to do this first time. Ah! Nice, and we got it first time, so we don't need to worry about that Delta attack. And we should be able to survive this. Because it only does 43% of our health, not 50. Which is very good for us indeed. Let's go ahead and have... Yuna switch out for Riku real quick. Have Riku go ahead and give us a final elixir. And let's take a look. Let's see, Cindy has 1,480,000 hit points left. And Sandy has 1,500,000 hit points left. Very nice, very nice. And, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring Yuna and Lulu back in. Let's go ahead and start just double casting again, seeing as how we could hit both of them for quite a fair bit of damage, and we don't need to worry about them being able to kill us anymore. And we're doing maximum damage to one and doing a pretty good chunk of damage to the others, so might as well do this while we can. Let's see, Yuna. Let's go ahead and have you copycat yourself. And by the way, now that all 3 sisters are gone, this fight becomes so much easier. Not quite as easy as fighting them each individually, but it is still a relatively easy fight at this point. Yeah, that still does maximum damage. but that is alright. That hurt. Let's see where everyone's at this point. Still just over 1 million. Alright. Let's go ahead and copycat. And I would try to Ultima Fury with Lulu, but like I believe I said a couple episodes ago, I think having 255 magic kind of glitches out the Ultima Fury and makes it kind of impossible to do. And I would need about 7 to be able to do more damage than just double casting Fury, and I can only get about 3, maybe 4 if I'm lucky. So I'll just stick to double casting it, though Ultima Fury does look pretty. Alright, now Titus, let's go ahead and get you on up out of here. And Lulu, go ahead and do your thing. Now this is one of the few fights that I mostly use the girls for, and it's because they're able to do work in this fight, as you guys can see. And by the time, what is her name? By the time Cindy's down, Sandy should be pretty close behind her. Cindy's only going to be able to take 5 more hits anyway, so that's going to be 3 turns. So this is very nice. And I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but having both Magic Booster and that Magic 20% are basically required in order to get this to work properly. Because if you don't have both of those, you're not going to be doing nearly enough damage in order to be able to take out Sandy before they get a turn. So if you don't have those, and you are unable to get them now because you've taken out Dark Yojimbo, and you still want to fight them as one, just go ahead and summon your own Magnus Sisters before they're able to get off a Delta attack, or just fight them individually. They're not difficult. Really the hardest part about fighting them individually is that race. Now how much health are you at? A little bit over 500,000. Alright, let's go ahead and let's bring Titus in. Why not? Let's have Titus go ahead and do a Blitz Ace. And see if we can't get another overkill. Which, with low numbers like that, I honestly kind of doubt. But by the way, those are all critical hits. Oh no, I missed. Where are you at now? A little bit over 200,000. Okay. We'll go ahead and do another double Ultima. And you know what? Let's go ahead and bring Waka in as well. Let him get another hit or two in. Ow. And this is completely unnecessary, but let's give her another attack reels. 1, 2, and 3. And you are gone. Thank you for coming to the party. And we got 6 Dark Matters for that. We got a Genji Shield, a Prospector, and an Arcane Ring. Yeah, we will go ahead and check out what those are after this cutscene that we're about to see. And there he is right there, the ultimate super boss of Final Fantasy X International HD version. That is Penance. He is the final boss of the game and the final obstacle standing between us and our platinum trophy of this game. But we're going to be taking care of that in the next episode. Before we go though, let's go ahead and see what we just got. I forget, was one of them for you? Does not look like it. Nope. One of them was this Genji Shield, which is break HP limit and auto haste. Nothing for me right there. I don't think you got anything. Nope. Nope. Oh, Arcane Ring is auto shell and break HP limit. Alrighty. And then the last one was this Prospector, which is, ooh, Gillionaire. Interesting. I did not know that you can get a drop of just Gillionaire from those 3. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. In the next episode, we're going to go ahead and take on Penance, which he is summoned by the destruction of all of the other Dark Aeons. So does that make him an Aeon himself? Does that make him a former Aeon? I have no idea. Debate that down in the comments. But anyway, guys, this is Famine52 signing out. Until next time, peace out.